Now, to further discuss the meeting between President Moon and Trump today, we have with us Professor Kim Hyun-wook from the Korea National Diplomatic Academy. Thank you for making the time to come in this morning.
Thank you.
So President Moon has met Donald Trump now, and he said himself that he needed to be the mediator between North Korea and the U.S. to try and get the talks that were stalled between North Korea and the U.S. to get it to go moving again. He has now met both leaders over the past week. Do you think he succeeded somewhat as a mediator this week?
Yes, even before he visits Pyongyang, President Moon made it clear that the purpose of his visit and talk about the denuclearization issue with North Korea is to resume the talk between North Korea and the United States. So whatever the agreement has come out of summit about the denuclearization issues, now the President Trump and Kim Jong-un is about to have a second summit meeting. So as far as that issue is concerned, I think it was very successful. I think President Moon has been a successful mediator. The denuclearization issue, that is the major issue between North Korea and the United States. So that's something that has to be dealt with between those two countries. So they're resuming the dialogue. Okay, I think they will handle that issue.
So as you mentioned, Trump has pretty much declared that he will be holding a second meeting with Kim Jong-un in the near future. But they were short on details about, the kind of the differences that North Korea and U.S. currently have and how to resolve them. But do you think today, just that announcement that they're going to have a second meeting, was that enough to come out today?
I think they are narrowing their gaps. I don't know how they are narrowing the gaps, but recent, conditions that they provide to each other, especially the one that the Kim Jong-un has been talking during the North-South Summit meeting, is that I think it's a little bit different from what the U.S. has been arguing. The U.S. wanted a declaration of nuclear capabilities of North Korea before there is a peace declaration by the United States. But what North Korea suggested was the destruction of Yongbyon facilities, which is not a declaration issue at all. So I think there are some different ways that they're kind of trying to fill up their needs. Maybe the U.S. found out that, okay, the traditional way they have been arguing for dismantlement of nuclear weapons of North Korea, that's realistic, very difficult, time-consuming. So let's just go directly into the destruction under the verification. And if that is something that North Korea has been arguing, North Korea is kind of giving some, issues that, okay, now this time, this is something that if you want, okay, go ahead and destroy it, something like that. Even before Pompeo's visit to Pyongyang last time, what the U.S. has been requested was the destruction of Yongbyon facilities. So now North Korea has accepted, and if North Korea wants some more higher measures by the United States, for example, peace declaration, I think there will be more talks of what North Korea should give to the United States further, about for the sake of the peace declaration.
So last week, when President Moon met with Kim Jong-un and they signed a declaration, they agreed that North Korea would carry on its dismantling of the nuclear facilities, such as Yongbyon, if the U.S. takes corresponding measures towards it. So these U.S. corresponding measures, there still doesn't seem to be any further progress on what those corresponding measures mean. I mean, where are we right now in the situation with North Korea's denuclearization? Is today's meeting between President Moon and Donald Trump a small step towards that? Or I mean, what do we make of this today?
I think President Moon definitely have delivered Kim Jong-un's message to President Trump. I don't know what that is exactly, but I think if there would be a summit meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong-un, that would be some kinds of swapping two important things, maybe peace declaration and something. I don't know what that something is. Maybe something, more advanced, outcome than just the destruction of Yongbyon facilities. But I don't know what that is. But I think at least Kim Jong-un wants the peace declaration by the end of this year. So there should be something related to peace declaration in the summit meeting agreement, I think.
So Trump says a second summit is now in the works, but what comes next? What needs to be cleared up before this summit can take place? And do you think it can happen possibly within this year?
Yeah, President Trump said yes, he would have summit meeting, and I think he would like to have the summit meeting before the midterm election very soon. Of course, domestic for the purpose of domestic politics, he wants to use it for the midterm election. But for that sake, I think there should be some outcome, positive outcome about the denuclearizing issues. So I don't know, is Yongbyon facilities destruction good enough to give President Trump some achievement about the denuclearizing issue? Yes, maybe, maybe not. But I don't think elites in Washington, D.C. would be satisfied with that measures. So I think President Trump needs to get more measures about denuclearizing North Korea if President Trump is about to give to Kim Jong-un a peace declaration. So that's something that would coordinate about the summit meeting, I think.
There's an interesting comment made by President Moon earlier that the North Korean denuclearization process has been so highly publicized, even in North Korea, that it cannot be reversed now. Do you agree with that statement?
I think most of the North Korean people knows that Kim Jong-un is about to denuclearize North Korea because that fact has been publicized in Rodong Shinmun and Joseon Jungang TV, all their North Korean media. And President Moon Jae-in himself also, delivered a speech when he visited Pyongyang, and he clearly mentioned that Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in agreed upon, Korean Peninsula to be free of nuclear threat and nuclear weapons. So all the people there at the Neungna-do, stadium, they would have heard what President Moon was saying. So I think, not even elites and policymakers, but even the ordinary public of North Korea would have contacted this information that, Kim Jong-un is now going towards the denuclearizing North Korea for the sake of economic development of North Korea and North Korean people, I think.
But if Kim Jong-un decided to reverse what he's been doing, suddenly, say, relations turned sour and they decided to have start threatening nuclear war again, wouldn't the North Korean people be back on board with it? Wouldn't they would be able to go back, unlike what President Moon has said here? It wouldn't be too much of an issue, wouldn't it?
Well,
so if Kim Jong-un did change his mind and decided to go back to threatening with nuclear war, I mean, it's not really an issue. President Moon here is saying that because they've come so far down this road towards denuclearization that the North cannot turn back. But if he turned back, the North Korean people would be on board, would they not?
I think, Kim Jong-un himself said several times about denuclearizing issues, and, the great leader of North Korea said himself about the denuclearizing issues. Yes, he would be able to just, cancel what he said, just go back to the nuclear North Korea policies, but I don't think it would be really easy for North Korean leader to, revert what he has said. Maybe it's possible, but it would give him such a very, significant, harm to his dignity. So I think if he is unwilling to give up his nuclear weapons completely, he will just, follow the processes of denuclearization. But at the end, he would just stop giving up nuclear weapons and announce that, okay, we completed denuclearization. So that's what happened. And when he, tried to, complete the achievement of nuclear weapon state last year, I don't think he has completed the ICBMs, but he pretends that he's done some amount of development of ICBMs and nuclear weapons. And I think denuclearizing issues, I think he would, repeat the same pattern, I think.
Well, that's what we have time for. Thank you for coming in today, Professor Kim, especially during this Chuseok holiday break.
Okay, thank you very much.